David, that voice sounded a little low tonight. What's going on? Got that Barry White thing. Got a little Barry White. Okay. Some good resonance, right? Hey, Mark, what's going on, man? We'll be starting up here shortly. Just asking about our good friend David, who's on the desk tonight. His voice is really deep. He's talking like this tonight. It's good to have that in the TV station. Get some good audio tracks while you got those kind of voices. Here's the tip. When we get those kind of conditions, especially with the pollen, I bet that's got something to do with it too for David and for a lot of you. Apple cider vinegar. Gargle with it. Restores the voice pretty quickly. Yeah, Mark, I'm telling you. Whereabouts are you? How much have you got? Good evening. It's Tuesday. Bill Taylor here in the Ken's 5 Digital Center, and I hope you're having a good night. Blessings to you, blessings to yours. Hope you're safe, and if you're going to be going out tonight, please allow extra time on some very wet roads. We still have some good flooding rains coming down across the area. Let me just show you what this radar looks like. It's been a very wet Tuesday. This is going to be the wettest for a while now. You know, we had some pretty good rain yesterday and into mainly the afternoon and evening hours, but it's been all day today, you know, and that's why you even see counties to our west. Let me zoom this out just a touch, and you get an idea. All those green shaded counties under the flood watch that's in effect until midnight, till midnight tonight. And double check, yeah, 12 a.m. It's going to be more than just Maverick and Valverde. It's going to be every county you see shaded green. So that does not include San Antonio. In fact, if I take the radar off for a moment, you can see that we are not under the watch. Several flash flood advisories, all of Kerr County, a pretty good portion of Kendall, that's going to include Comfort, and then Llano, a lot of flooding up north and west of Austin. But in San Antonio, the last advisory we had expired at about 2:15 this afternoon. We had an advisory through downtown into East San Antonio where we had copious amounts of rainfall in a very short amount of time. So flood watch until midnight. Let's see where Mark Helotis got 3 inches of rain. That's I'm a proud Helottian as well, brother. We haven't gotten any rain in Seguin or Seguin area. Thoughts on that? Do you think that we'll get some before the system's over? Yeah, not much. I tell you, the real focal point is going to be west. So I don't see it happening, Brandon. Maybe a little bit tomorrow. We still have chances tomorrow as well as Thursday. Wow, only not even a quarter of an inch. Isn't that something? eBay so useless. I tried to look up lighters and all they had was 1,300 matches. That's really good. That's really good, David. What's up, Matthew? Checking in from the 23. Very good question. So far it's been up about 2.5 feet in a week's time. It was about a 7-day stretch. We didn't get as much as we had, like, remember that July rain, and went up about 6-7 feet. It was climbing every day for about a week and a half. But right now it's up 2.5 in 7 days. Up 0.5 foot from yesterday. It's going to continue to climb now because the rains that we've seen today have been right on target for the collection zone and the recharge zone. So that's going to mean some very beneficial spikes on the aquifer. Also, the other part, the bad news, you get this kind of rain and hello molds. We saw such a spike. Haven't seen a spike like this in a while. 19,700. 19.7. That is an extreme count. Really crazy that it went that high today. So there we have it, 19.7 on this Tuesday. And I don't see how that would even come down tomorrow. All right, let me show you some of the running rain totals. First, San Antonio Airport, and we'll take a look at the numbers as we see the colorful runways of San Antonio International. They are wet. Today's high was below average, only 87. And you can see a little more than an inch in the gauge at 410 and 281. But as I show you now, some of these rainfall numbers around the area, look at this. Put that in there too. Hold on one second.
We're checking out high water rescue 1604 at Gilbo.
In Gilbo?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. High water rescue at 1604 in Gilbo. Thank you, Danny. Wow. So that's West San Antonio, 1604 Gilbo. You don't hear about high water rescues there too often. But look at some of the pockets down to the south. 7 inches, more than 3 near Sabinal, 4.5 near Uvalde. In and around Bexar County now, some of these totals are incredible, 5 to 7 inches. And then it's West San Antonio, 1604 at Gilbo. That's going to be right in here. It's going to be right about here where they've had about 5 inches of rain. So they're working a high water rescue where you see that arrow pointing. And we're following that story. We'll have the latest at 10. Praying that everyone is safe in that situation, that first responders are safe. Thank you, Lord. Protect them. 2 inches near Medina Lake is very good. So again, and we're still counting. Now look at this. I'm going to sneak this in here. That's going to be a good rain total right there. That's just inside 410 at I-10, not far from here at the station. 5.5. Be moving this up. Move this over here. Man, this is incredible, isn't it? So now East San Antonio, and I know we were talking to a Seguin resident, hasn't seen much there. Brandon's only got 1/4 of an inch, and it's going to probably stay that way. As you see, a lot of this rain really focused on northwest Bexar County. Hopefully that'll hold together. It looks like it's going to go right over Medina Lake, which will be so nice. Mark, it should begin to end overnight. You know, I mean, I had a 60% chance in for this evening, and that's coming into fruition for sure. Don Lucero, how are you? Lots of rain today in the far west. Still really coming down. Yeah, it is really heavy rain there. As I mentioned, 1604 at Gilbo, enough flooding to cause a high water rescue. Salado Creek has been on the rise all night. They were expecting a peak at 21 feet near Loop 13. That's going to be near W.W. White, Southwest Military. Got some video of that coming up for you at 10, just to show you what a rising Salado Creek looks like. That's been probably the most impacted body of water that we've seen. We haven't seen any other flood warnings across San Antonio. What's up, Ken Boyce? There he is. Over 3 inches at Randolph Oaks. Oh, that grass is just drinking it up, right? Good soaking rains on the golf course out at Randolph Air Force Base. Ken Boyce, the superintendent, doing a fine job. That course is so well manicured, and now it's getting a good watering. Over 3 inches out there. Lise took screenshots of the pink top. You really enjoyed it, huh? Thanks, Lise. Appreciate you. Yeah, Tony, see? You got it, buddy. Hope you and Tamina are doing well. Eunice off Prue and Bandera really coming down. Water rising. Thank you, Eunice. Be safe there. Yeah, West San Antonio. I mean, because it was a big burst of rain earlier. Close to 3 inches. My buddy Randy Lamar shows me a rain gauge. I'm going to put that on the news at 10 o'clock tonight. Of nearly 3 inches of rain before what's coming down now. So you're going to be close to 4 to 5 inches of rain across most of that area. And see, once again, the airport, an inch of rain. I mean, almost everybody reporting 3, 4 inch totals, and the almanac total is only an inch. Patrick, good day of rain, getting more now. Days of Vala Babcock, yeah, not far from us, right here in the medical center. How come TxDOT doesn't make the highway higher so it won't be flooded? It's a good question, Jose. Especially the downtown split, right? That always gets flooded. Now you understand too. By the way, you're new to the area. This is what's called Flash Flood Alley. Boy, I did wear green, huh? Appropriate. Just to match the radar screen. This is my Visit San Antonio shirt. Visit SA. And if you're new to the area, we call this Flash Flood Alley. Remember that San Antonio is on a good slope. And so you get these torrential rain thunderstorms that are producing 2 to 3 inches per hour. Well, it goes right to runoff so quickly that we flood so fast. We're going to show the video again from Alamo Heights. Broadway turned into a river today. Phenomenal video of the water on Broadway and the flooding and the cars that got trapped as a result. In fact, we've got pictures of hardware store's employees ran out to rescue this one stranded motorist in that water today. So, incredible. 4 inches, Goliad at South Cross. Thank you, Tony. Wow, a lot of rain there. There's Vanessa, another great Helotian, loving this rain. Really coming down out there in Helotes for about another 20 minutes, and then it should start letting up. But yeah, let's take a closer look at what rain is falling out there. Gonna flatten the view and then go in real tight. Oh, come on now. There we go. Scenic Loop, Shadow Canyon. So the heaviest right over Gray Forest. Bandera Road for Shadow Canyon. Heavy, heavy rain. And see here, it's going to skip off to the north and east of Medina Lake, unfortunately. So here's Tally Road, Alamo Parkway. So again, this is on top of a good 3-inch soaker this afternoon across far west San Antonio. Good steady rain continues. These are good showers over Petranco and 1604. Not overnight so much, Grace. It should really start thinning out overnight. And then some showers are in the forecast for tomorrow and Thursday. I'm going to show you future radar in a second. Barry, do you think this will help the Medina Lake levels? It should. I mean, we should definitely see probably upwards of about 2 inches of rain that's fallen over Medina Lake. Cannot hurt for sure, but you know, it takes a lot of rain to make an impact on that lake level, that's for sure. Yeah, even down to Von Army, that's real good rain. K-Lake Drive over to McDonald Lacoste. You can see 1604, very heavy in Von Army. Again, flash flood watch you see for the county shaded green until midnight tonight. The focal point will be west of the city as we work our way into this evening's hours, and then we should start thinning out as we get into Wednesday. I will show you the future radar, though. We're certainly not done with rainfall. We still have a pretty unsettled atmosphere. A stationary front to our south is going to help. And so here's 8 o'clock tonight. Pretty good depiction. Let me actually get in and we can take a look at a couple of models. Always good to get that second opinion. Because this model's doing okay on initializing. I mean, it's not picking up as much as good as I would like. This is the graph. So let's take a look at how it does moving forward. See, it stays dry overnight. And then rain is a lot more isolated on Wednesday. You know, the radar is not clear, but it certainly doesn't look like it does today. So don't expect as much rain tomorrow. And then here's Thursday. Same story. 30% covers both days. Well, 30% each, not 15 each in both, you know what I'm saying. So that's the graph or the IBM. Let's take a look at what the HRRR is saying. Now this is a better initialization, if you will, on the current situation. Okay, so you can see it thins out late tonight. Rain to the south continues. Then tomorrow afternoon, it's mainly south. San Antonio looking to stay pretty dry Wednesday. And there's Thursdays. I'm kind of digging the HRRR just because of how well it's initializing. Picture could be changing as we get into the 10 o'clock hour, but we'll be, I'm going to show it for sure at 10 o'clock. All right, there's the heaviest rain at this hour. Helotes right up Bandera Road. And some good rains over Medina Lake. Thank you, Lord. Also north of Castroville to north of Hondo. That rain just really coming down heavy. But again, not a lot of lightning. Make sure, yeah, lightning tracker's on. I just want to double check that. Just heavy, heavy tropical downpours. So I would expect this light rain at least light for another good 30 minutes in San Antonio. Then we have a wave in Atlantic that was heading to us by the end of the week. We do, not in the Atlantic, but it's going to be in the Caribbean, tropical wave that we'll keep an eye on. I can show that to you. The system that was in the Gulf has dissipated. We haven't had an area of low pressure that really just never got its legs under it. But here's what we've got that we're watching. It's down to only a 20% chance now that it develops, but it's trying to get its act together. You can see it's south of the Dominican Republic, and it's expected to develop over the next 5 to 7 days, go across the Yucatan, and then into the Bay of Campeche, maybe the middle part of next week. So it's something to watch. And then a little farther out in the Atlantic, another tropical wave with low probability as well. When you see the yellow, it's less than 40%. So this is 20 to 30% chances, 2 more tropical waves actually in the eastern Atlantic that we're watching. So weeks away from that reality, but remember, it is that time of year for sure that we have to keep a very close eye on the tropics. We're expecting an active year. It hasn't really been too active. We're up past Ernesto, obviously, with waiting for Francine would be the next name storm. My mom's name. I love you, Mom. Miss you. Francine. All right, so here's the 14-day forecast. No weather impact alerts, even though rain chances are still in the forecast the next 2 days. We just don't expect it to be widespread enough and too much of an impact, right? 30% Wednesday, Thursday, maybe a lingering chance on Friday. Dry weekend, 92 to 93, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday into Monday, a frontal boundary is going to be drying us out. We should be expecting a nice little drop in humidity. Even temperatures will go right around upper 80s to 90. So not that we're cooling off, but it's just going to be a lot more comfortable. And look at the mornings, mid-60s. So that'll feel good with a nice north breeze. Hola, Marisa. How are you? What are yeah, okay. Hopefully you just saw that, Barry. Jose, you think it's going to be cold by the end of the year and early next year? Absolutely. Absolutely. We will get some chilly air. Alberto, I got the best sleep ever. Happy to be off these days. Best time for nature to grow into. Oh, yeah. Good night, sir. Keep on keeping on. Axel, what's going on, my man? Sure, it would have gone great with the live. You're right. Why didn't I pack this, man? Oh, man, that would have been the fit. I just didn't want to have to pack the charger for the shirt. You got to charge this too, man, and the backpack. It would have been a whole thing. Oh, dude, that's awesome. All right, guys, going to wrap it up. You know what I'm going to do, though? Instead of the 14-day, we've got obviously some chances of rain over the next 48 hours, and then we thin things out Friday and into the weekend. I want to leave live radar up. We'll keep this stream going for you just to keep you ahead of the storm. You can see it's going to be drier across East Bexar County right now, but in the last hour, we're really seeing the focal point over to Medina Lake up into the hill country, so some good rains for those spots to our west and northwest, honestly, where we need it the most. God bless y'all. Have an awesome Tuesday night and even better Wednesday, and we'll see you at 10.